And going back to our top story, one nation, one election will be implemented in this term of the government, says Home Minister Amit Shah. And joining me is Mr. D.K. Dubey, constitutional expert, joining us from Kanpur. Mr. Dubey, welcome to DD India News Hour. Now, straight off the bat, why is one nation, one election an idea whose time has come?
Actually, we did a lot of efforts, and there is a disturbance in the progress of the country, in the wellness of the country. That is because every time we have an election, in every 6 months we goes to the election, and whole machinery is expended their time there. So who have to work for the development? That is why I think there is a need to make an election in one time in every 5 years. So we can make better policies, we can expend time for the administration, we can expend time for the progress, for the development, and a lot of things are there. For that, machinery has to expend the time, and the legislators have to expend the time, and the political parties has to make a mind that they have to work for the nation for at least 5 years. And after in 5 years we will go to the election. That is why there was the need of election. It is in need of the time of India that there must be one nation, one election at present time. But there may be some technical problems. That is why the committee was constituted by the government, and committee is recommended. Committee is submitted their report, and as per the report, Home Minister replied as per the report that it is possible that we will do one nation, one election in this term of Parliament.
Mr. Dubey, which brings me to my next question to you. What kind of infrastructure or resources would the Election Commission require for holding a nationwide simultaneous elections?
Yeah, it's your valid question, but we must have to remember that the first election of this country was commenced from October 1951 to 1952, means they had taken 5 months approximately for the first election of country. Now, if an infrastructure is not sufficient, I agree that the infrastructure may be the problem, but we can make the span, we can expend more time to commence the election. That is why if there is a lack of infrastructure, we need an infrastructure, no doubt. Government will do every effort to maintain the requirement of the infrastructure. But I think that we can commence the election in 2 or 3 months. If we will give the time for the 2 or 3 months to commence the full election, then it is possible that we can do so.
Fair enough. Which brings me to another question to you, Mr. Dubey. Do you have any estimate or knowledge or understanding of how much money would India save by switching to one nation, one election?
No, I cannot calculate. Okay. Actually, there are a lot of surmises.
Fair enough.
That there is a lot of surmises. People say that such much money is expended and may be saved. But I am not an economist. That is why I have no answer for that.
Fair enough. Point taken. What would you like to tell the skeptics or critics who might be getting swayed by misinformation or disinformation, or have certain misgivings about the concept or idea of India holding simultaneous elections for Parliament and the state assemblies? What would you like to tell them?
Actually, see, first thing is this, that every time we have to make the policy for the first time. There is a lot of things that we make the policy for the first time, and practically if the person is not involved in that, they can make such type of a statement that it is possible, not possible, or government is not giving a correct information, or it is misinformation. But in my opinion, it is possible, and the committee recommended for that.
Right.
If the committee is on the conclusion that it can be happened, and such thing be the modus operandi, then it can be happened. If we will do so, then all the mouth will be shut up to that.
Fair enough. Another misinformation or misgiving related to this is, what if a state government falls midterm? Then what? Is there a legal or practical remedy?
Yeah, there is a lot of nations, those having the constitutional remedies in case of mid-fall or not sustain the state government for a full term, in that case, there may be the all-party government, and all-party government can run for the remaining time. And it is also possible that the council of minister may become a council of minister of a union, like in case of the union territories. Governor will do the rule, and the council of minister of the central will be the advisory council. It is possible, because in case of Jammu and Kashmir, what happened there? In Jammu and Kashmir, we imposed the government, the governor rule. In that case, the council of minister is the union's council of minister. It is possible, and in the style, we can run the government as per the NCT Delhi style also. That you are the council of minister, but the main power will be in the hands of the governor. And we will do the division of power. That in what cases the recommendatory body will be the all-party government, and what remains will be in the hands of the central's union of council of ministers. So it is possible that we can do so. But the problem is this: what about the first time? When we will go for the first time, then the government that is elected just 1 year before the election of 2029, it may be possible that these are the constitutional anomalies may come to the Supreme Court. But once government will make the formula, will pass by the parliament, then in that case, the midterm elections, we can convince the state government that all of you have to go once at least in one nation, one election, and after that we will make a remedy.
Fair enough. And finally, before we close, Mr. Dubey, how do you look at the first 100 days of Prime Minister Modi's third term in terms of the achievements or the future roadmap?
Yeah, it's a wonderful that in case of foreign policy of the country, in case of new policies, new investment policies. So I think that 100 days are very wonderful for the purpose of administration, for the purpose of good governance, and for the purpose of foreign policies.
All right, we'll leave it at that. Mr. Dubey, thank you once again for joining us and sharing your thoughts with our viewers. Appreciate it. Thank you for your time.